Hello YouTube, in this video I'm gonna be telling to you about the King's Alchemist, and this is a story that I came up with my own pen and my own freaking ink. I slayed a dragon in the mountain range and I took the blood and I wrote with that and I wrote with it these lines, and you know I forget all the dots and all the columns, but at the top of a stone column, there's an alchemist waiting to conjure up these powers of the magical force. He's the King's Alchemist and he always climbs on top of this column and he conjures up the metal alloys that the king uses for the blacksmiths, and the blacksmiths use this new ore that the alchemists gets from the inside realm. He just does these crazy things. Just come to me, the powers that be, the spirits come to me. I will make this kingdom really great. Now come to me again. And then the powers that be, they comply, and all kinds of silver, gold, diamonds and stones fly out of this guy's hand everywhere. And these blacksmiths on the ground level of the king's court, they gather it up. They went and they gone to the anvils and they hammered along, and then there came out these magical swords, these arrowheads, and even some magical hats that had the stone in the back. And then the king offered a deal and a sponsorship for this alchemist. He said that I will make you rich if you just do something about these miners, because they are pretty pissed off at this point. You took all their jobs, by just freaking doing these magic tricks, and now these miners, they want me freaking killed, What are we gonna do, my alchemist? And then the alchemist just said to that holy shit, my king, why don't you just tell them to use a little bit of their imagination, a little bit of their creativity. You know that mining some shitty ores in some elven village by the door is not very imaginative. Why don't you just tell them straight that they have to learn how to do something like writing poetry? And then they went and they started to do exactly that. And the miners were the new people that unlocked all kinds of talents within themselves, because they didn't have to use the pickaxe anymore because of this guy, and that was wild. But the blacksmiths, they still had jobs, they still had to continue making out of this magical ore these swords and these armors, these helmets and these daggers and all kinds of shields, all kinds of freaking things, all kinds of freaking ballista weapons. And the king's kingdom kingdom got more and more powerful, and at some point, from the space up above, there came from a very, very specialized and very advanced planet called the Quantum City. These alien beings that had always made these laser weapons out of some really rare ores that came from outer space planets, and they landed in the land of Canaan with their schematas and their plans how to build these new guns out of this stuff. And then at that point these alien beings from the skies that landed with the spaceships in the mountain range. I was one of them, and we went to the king and said to the king that we have ultimate weapons of mass destruction over here. What are we gonna do? Will you help us to make these weapons? And the king said that no freaking way, we are old-fashioned, that's never gonna work. And then he made us run for our lives because some of the elves from the forest started throwing tomahawks and shooting at us with arrows. And it's a long story how I even survived this thing, but now I have written this story for you. You have to understand that this kind of stuff is every day beyond the Milky Way. Yeah. Thanks for watching.